graduating. Hello, Wondercon. Hi, guys. Welcome to the arena, where ironically sports are played. How do you follow Joss Whedon? How do you follow Joss Whedon and his Shakespearean spin? We're gonna have fun. I'm literally doing this panel, getting in a car, and going to do Talking Dead because the Walking Dead season finale is tonight. I don't want to give anything away, but the way Rick dies is crazy. You guys are so heavy into it. His head just comes clean off. I don't want to give too much away. It'll still be fun. But there's a lot going on with all the Nerdist stuff, and so we're gonna get through it and take questions and comments, and then just talk about stuff, and then it'll be like a fun hangout. So let's. I'm gonna bring out just a few people that I brought with me that we're doing some stuff with. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you've ever seen a show called Victorious, but if you have, please welcome Matt Bennett to the stage. And then also my friends Paul Provenza and Troy Conrad, who are doing a new show with us that we're going to talk about as well. And my adorable girlfriend Chloe is not only not here, but she had surgery last week, and she still is furiously making a costume. She's building a costume for Kansas City Comic-Con in Kansas City next week, so she's not here, so I apologize. She wanted to come, and I was like, you stay. You know when you get mad at someone when you're trying to get them to take care of themselves? You're like, you stay here! She's like, why are you yelling? Because I love you so much!
By the way, I love how you just blew past the surgery like that's nothing, but the fucking costume.
I know. Oh my god, it was such a crazy day because we're shooting the BBC show, the Nerdist TV show for BBC, and so all of last Saturday was me at work, and then I get a call, and she was like, hey, you know I wasn't feeling good? I'm in the ER at Cedars, and I have to have surgery. I'm like, okay. And then had to go back and shoot.
But you're gonna get your costume done, right?
Yeah. You're gonna do that hospital cosplay, right? It's gonna be really great. So I've left the seat for Chloe right here, even though she's not here. Like Elijah, for many of you folks who just had Passover. Today also Easter. Hey guys, it's Easter and the Walking Dead finale. You know, there was one person who came back from the dead that didn't try to rip people's hearts out. He just wanted to put love in it, guys. He just wanted to put love in it. What? Yeah, I know Game of Thrones premiere, but here's what you gotta know. This is the way the nerd hierarchy works. You watch a season finale, you DVR a season premiere, especially because, and I'm a huge Game of Thrones fan too. I mean, I am so excited to see Tyrion's new face scar, but I'm telling you, that will be immediately available on HBO Go, and yes, so Walking Dead and Talking Dead, Norman Reedus is on tonight. Many of you guys are oh my god, when Daryl held that baby. What do you say? DVR of finale. You get it down?
Got it.
Alright. So, here's a few things that we're going to talk about. This is just sort of, we'll sort of map out a bunch of stuff that's happening at Nerdist Industries, and then if you have questions, great, and if not, then we're just going to stare at each other for a half hour until someone blinks, and then we all leave. Let's talk a little bit about some of the shows that are returning to the Nerdist channel. As a matter of fact, we have a little sizzle, so let's just show the sizzle real fast, and then I'll sort of walk you guys through some of the stuff that's going on. It's not black and white Shakespeare, I apologize. But these are some of the things that we're working on for the Nerdist channel on YouTube. Neil's Puppet Dreams, which is a Neil Patrick Harris Puppet Dreams show. We're working on doing some more face-to-face with Weird Al, so that's fun. And then the clip in there with me and Fallon, we're gonna bowl them, so that'll be it'll be a Team Fallon versus Team Nerdist, and then a bunch of other stuff in there that we saw clips of, but I'll explain a little bit. Chloe had this idea when we were shooting Just Cause at Gallifrey 1, which is the Doctor Who we mentioned. Chloe wanted to do a dating show called Two Hearts, and so we basically shot a dating show at Gallifrey 1, so that's going to be going up as well. Syphil and Ollie is up right now. Blood and Guts is up. Are you guys Syphil and Ollie fans? Do you remember Syphil and Ollie? Oh my god, so funny. Sifil and Ali, Nerdy Jobs. So let's talk a little bit about Nerdy Jobs, Matt Bennett.
Sure, hi.
You pitched us this idea several months ago about going and visiting kind of the coolest places to work, and then we set you loose with cameras.
Yeah. Well, I got the idea because I like, play on words. So I was thinking about dirty jobs.
What?
Yeah, what sounds like dirty? Nerdy.
Oh, man, what a
Nerdist.
genius turn of words.
Exactly.
You
That's what I was
delightful,
thinking.
bespeckled wordsmith, you.
Stop. So we did a little sizzle reel that you saw a second of, and we're going to start going around. I think we're going to NASA, get to go around, and maybe I can go to the moon or something.
Did you go to NASA when you're like, sorry about your funding? Like, what do you do? Sorry.
When we get there, I'll figure it out. We haven't gone yet, but it's going to be fun.
And you wrapped Victorious last year.
Yeah,
as well.
we wrapped that up. I was on a Nickelodeon show for everybody who doesn't know.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
And then Matt also does are you still doing the monthly show at the Meltdown?
Yeah, we do a show at Meltdown. Where is it? Nerdist Showroom?
The Nerdist show.
Show
I don't know.
at
That's
Meltdown.
we basically have this live performance space at Meltdown Comics in Los Angeles, and it's the Nerdist
If you haven't been, it's
Showroom or Nerd
fantastic.
Melt. But you do monthly shows there, like Dan Harmon does a monthly show there, and a bunch of people, and we do stand-up, a Wednesday night stand-up show. And then thank you, stand-up. And then so that's cool. And then Matt will be shooting the Nerdy Job show, and then I think that'll be on within a few months, I believe. Set list, Paul Provenza and Troy. I was in England, I don't know, like a year and a half ago, doing some stuff for the BBC, and Paul had told me about this show where comedians basically improvise a stand-up set, and it's insane. It's the most perfect synthesis of improv and stand-up that I'd ever seen. So we started talking about what can we do to get it on the channel.
Yeah, it's a really it's a scary show, man. Comedians really get nervous, and there's nothing funnier than watching them squirm on set list.
Well, because not all stand-ups are improv. I mean, like stand-up and improv are two different muscles.
Well, it's also weird. A lot of stand-ups riff and improv in their normal sets, and they're just in their characters. But we give them a set list that they have to riff around, and that's the wild card.
Yeah,
that
so
really puts them on their heels.
you go out on stage. I've done it, and it's terrifying. You go out on stage, and then in the background, a topic appears that was an audience suggestion. It's projected on a wall, and then you look at the topic, and you have to pretend that it's your set. Like, you can't be like, oh, I'm improvising a set. Like, you have to pretend like this is your A-list material, and you have to riff off the top of your head, and it's amazing and terrifying. Who else was on who else been on the show?
Oh, geez, loads of people. First, I just have to say that this format, this concept was created by the brilliant evil genius Troy Conrad, right here.
Troy.
And I got involved with it because he called and asked me to do it very early on in its incarnation. And as I was doing it, I was like, doing set list is like looking for the God particle of comedy.
Yes!
And I just said, I begged, I said, Troy, please, will you honor me and let me get involved with this show and try and take it around the world? So we've been doing it all over the UK, and we just got back from Meyerhofen, Austria. We're going to Melbourne, to the Melbourne Comedy Festival next week, and it's just taking the comedy world by storm, and it's really fun. And we decided that we would do it online with you guys. I just felt like you guys were the perfect place to be. All these comedy nerds.
And we do the show once a month, the last Saturday of the month, at Nerd Theater. Last night we did the show. We had Neil Hamburger, a great lineup. Hal Sparks dropped in, and Robin Williams dropped in to close the show just as a surprise, and it was just unbelievable.
Do you still have the giant beard?
He has a small beard.
Trimmed beard now, yeah.
He's trimmed the beard now.
He's not playing a homeless guy now. I think he's playing a psychiatrist.
Oh, good. So Setlist is a show that we've been recording at Meltdown, and we're going to start putting that up soon. Just cause Nerdy Jobs. By the way, if you do go to the Nerdist YouTube channel, please subscribe. Don't feel compelled to say horrible things in all caps in the comment threads. YouTube is a paradigm shifter. Like, we've given the power. The power is within you guys. No longer do companies tell us what we have to watch as entertainment. Now, you can just go make stuff, and it's amazing. It is the most powerful thing that has happened, one of the most powerful things that's happened in humanity, and yet if you go to the comment threads on YouTube, it's like the taint of humanity. It is the worst people, everyone is like, we could put up a video of like a puppy rescuing a baby from a fire and giving it back to its mother, and the first comment would still be like, this sucks! Like, I don't know what. The second comment is always something horribly racial, and then the third one is always like, hey guys, Jesus is Lord. I don't know why. They always take it Christy, but someone is like, I'm gonna go put some Jesus in these threads. So just go and say nice things in the comments. Let's try to perpetuate the idea that we don't have to attack things all the time. So most of the yes! I know, I get very excited. By the way, if you watch Walking Dead, I'm sorry about the hashtags. I really am. It wasn't my decision. All right. But I used to be doing these hashtags on the show during Walking Dead. I would come in, but invariably what would happen is something horrible would happen, or someone would die. And then people were feeling that emotion, and then I would immediately come on and go, hey guys, the hashtag today is one-legged Herschel. And people would be like, I hate you! I had this call with AMC where I felt like a child who was about to be pushed out for like a flute recital and didn't want to go. I'm like, please don't make me do those anymore, please! In addition to the YouTube channel, one of the things that we're going to do, there are a lot of YouTube networks out there that basically amass piles and piles of channels. And we sort of looked at that model and decided part of the problem with it was that there are like 1,500 channels under one umbrella. So we decided we wanted to create more of like a really hyper-curated partnership with like 6 or 8 channels. So we're going to be doing a lot of cross-promotion and cross-programming and really kind of helping each other build. So some of the people that we're doing these partnership videos with are Think Geek, which maybe you've heard of. This really great YouTube channel called Apprentice A, which is almost entirely Star Wars videos. The Hello Dr. Puppet, which we saw a little piece of, but this girl in New York basically made these like Rankin and Bass stop motion Doctor Who videos, and so we brought that channel onto the network. We're going to be doing stuff with Team Coco. Maybe you know Conan O'Brien. And then SF Sketchfest. And then I think we're going to start shooting some podcasts on our network as video podcasts. So we're going to be putting those up on the YouTube channel, which should be good. Because a lot of people always said, like, I want to see video. And I'm like, I don't know. Would you watch a podcast video? I'm still not convinced anyone would actually watch a podcast video.
I would.
You think some of you would? All right.
You should have done one with, we had Macklemore.
You what?
You had Macklemore on. You should have done
we had Macklemore on. I know. Oh, here, I'll tell you some of the other people that are coming up on the podcast too, just in case you want to know, because I never tell people ahead of time. Seth Rogen's coming up on the podcast. Steve Young's coming up on the podcast. My friend Scott Adsit from 30 Rock. And then a couple more surprises. Oh, I can't tell you about that one. Okay, but they're good. Because what we're trying to do is the BBC show, which we've been shooting on Saturdays, which is after Doctor Who and Orphan Black. Now, we somehow got amazing guests. So, like, Seth Rogen and Zach Galifianakis and Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Elijah Wood and Gillian Jacobs and who else do we have? Joe Manganiello from True Blood. We also had Marina Baccarin, who was awesome. So that's on Saturday nights on BBC, and then we're recording some podcasts around that. And then sketches and stuff that we shoot on the show are going to live on the Nerdist YouTube channel. So we did a Zombie Karen Gillan series. By the way, how awesome that Karen got added to the Paul Scheer Adult Swim show? What is it, the NTSF? Yeah, she's going to be on that too. That has nothing to do with us. I'm just giving her a shout out because she's awesome. So that's happening on the TV channel. Obviously Walking Dead's done tonight for 7 months. I'm so bummed about that. We're making an app. We never had an app before. We did. I know, okay, most of you don't have to give a shit. That's fine. It's an app. Everyone has an app except for us. Because I made one. Here's a story, you guys. I'm really OCD about this stuff. I paid a guy in Argentina to make one like 2 years ago. Not surprisingly, didn't turn out great. Further not surprisingly, couldn't track him down to try to fix it, so I never released it because I didn't want to give you guys a shoddy digital product. So now that we have a little more money and some infrastructure, we actually have a really decent app. Come on in, guys. Do you want me to start over? Over the Nerdist panel! So I'm trying to get through this quickly so we can ask questions if you guys have any. So in addition to the BBC show, we're also producing a pilot for National Geographic, a science show that Jonah Ray is hosting. Did a pilot for Comedy Central. We're also producing the BBC show. We're about to announce soon, we just weren't ready to do it today, we're going to start making movies. Some of you may know that we were acquired by Legendary Entertainment last year, and that sort of gave us the muscle to start making films. So we're going to start making Nerdist-produced movies, like really kind of like smaller budget, but fun movies. So please go see those, because if you don't, then everything sucks. Movies, and then Course of the Force. This year we are going bigger with Course of the Force. This is our annual lightsaber relay that started last year in Santa Monica, and we pass a lightsaber, sort of like nerd to nerd in cosplay, all the way down the California coast, leading up to preview night of Comic-Con. And last year we did it, we partnered with Lucasfilm. We were able to grant something like 1,000 wishes for the Make-A-Wish Foundation, because all the money that you put into Course of the Force goes to the Make-A-Wish Foundation. So this year, because it went great, no one got run over by we had a giant Jabba the Hutt sail barge made as our pace vehicle. So we'd be going down the 5 freeway, and then there'd be all this traffic, and people would be furious, and they would be like, "What the? Oh my God, the sail barge!" And then everything was fine. So this year, we're actually going to start Course of the Force up at Skywalker Ranch. So that is very exciting. I'm excited about I'm excited about the new Star Wars. I'm very excited about new Star Wars. A lot of people ask me, and I said, Disney has the infrastructure to take on Lucasfilm, and now what you're basically going to get are giant, huge budgeted fan films from guys like J.J. Abrams, so I'm way on board. I hope you guys are too. If you want to run in Course of the Force, go to starwars.com/Course of the Force and sign up. And now I think we have some time for questions. If you guys want to ask a question or make a comment.
I have a question.
Yes, what is your question, Paul?
Do you ever sleep?
No, I don't sleep, ever. I have a robot's heart, and I don't sleep. I do sleep, but what happens is I'll wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning and be like, I forgot to do a bunch of shit, and then I'll start working on the computer, and then go back to sleep for another hour and a half. Chloe loves it. All right, so yes, sir, you have a question. What is your name and what is your question?
Hey, Chris, it's Mike again.
Mike! Oh my God! This guy, Mike. Let me give you guys a little background. How many people were in Hall H at San Diego Comic-Con last year? So this guy, Mike, huge Superman fan. Mike gets up to ask. I'm going to tell the story. Do you mind? Mike gets up to ask. We were doing the panel, and Zack Snyder was up there. We were talking about Man of Steel, and Henry Cavill was up there. And so they showed the footage of Man of Steel, and Mike gets up, and it was a little intense, guys. Mike was inconsolable, like really moved by emotion. Like, this is the movie that Superman fans have been waiting for, and I can't believe it, but he couldn't get the words out. And I was so moved by his emotion, because that is what Comic-Con is all about. It's getting super freaked out about stuff you love in a very safe zone, that I leapt off the stage and just embraced him. And then we just held each other for like a minute. How are you feeling now, Mike?
I'm feeling great, man.
Good.
Well, first I want to say thank you for the hug.
Of
You're
course.
a great hugger.
Thank you, and you are too.
And when we met later on, I wish I took a picture with Chloe too, because you guys, when I listen to you on the podcast, and the love between you two is like so amazing, like me and my wife. And I just think that was so sweet to hear that.
It's a very special love we share. Sometimes people are like, why is Chloe in the intros? I'm like, because it's 3 minutes of your friggin' life. Come on, guys.
Get over it.
And we
She's
love
cute.
each other. Yeah, well, when I do the intros, like the podcast for me is basically taking whatever is in the environment. I can't not play off that because I'm a comic. So, like a lot of the podcasts have an engineer who's working on other stuff in our studio, and I'll pull him in. It's a guy named Nick. If Chloe's there, I'll pull Chloe in. It's just how I do it. So I appreciate that, and I will pass that along to her.
Okay. I just wanted to say thank you for the time that we had there at San Diego, and to say thank you again.
Of course, Mike. Are you still excited about Man of Steel?
Oh, Very much so. Oh my God, I'm like going crazy. And
I feel like we were about to drop the F-bomb. Oh, there's
I
kids.
know and I'm sitting with someone's little kids, so that's why I'm not gonna.
Oh, that's really nice of you. I'm trying to keep the swears down, but they have the internet now. There's way worse stuff out there. But anyway, Mike, it's good to see you, and I hope to see you in Hall H again this year, and for San Diego.
Yes.
All right, cool, man. Nice to see you.
And Mike, come back next weekend for HugCon.
HugCon. Oh my God, can you imagine HugCon where it's just, hey, and then you just turn and you're like, hey, you, and then, hey. Hello, madam, what's your name?
Hi, I'm Jay Gibbs from the Geek Speak show.
Yes, and what's your business?
I'm a comic book reviewer.
Sweet! Do you want to review comics now, or do you have a question? What do you want to do?
No, sorry.
No, that's okay, dude. What are you reading that you like?
Pretty much anything in the DC New 52. That's not why I'm here.
Okay, I'm sorry. How about Superman's crazy laser eyes and jeans? Those are great.
Not why I'm here.
Okay. You want to talk about Miles Morales? You want to jump the other universe? What do you want to talk about? Okay, fine. I'm trying to work with you, Jay. You said I'm a comic book reviewer. I'm opening up to you, and I'm just getting deflector shields here. All right.
You make me nervous, sir.
Okay, I'm sorry. Don't get nervous. There's only 1,000 people watching you.
You need a hug.
I would like that very much, but no pressure.
No pressure.
I was sorry to hear that your girlfriend was sick tonight, and because you're involved with the Talking Dead and everything, my question is, what would you do if you found out that Chloe was patient zero, essentially?
Oh, I'd shoot her in the fucking head. Like, that's what I mean, I love her. That's why I would do it. That's what you do for your loved ones. Sorry about the F-bomb, but I just got very passionate. And I would demand that she do the same for me. Don't chain me up by the neck and hope they find a cure. There's no cure. Double tap. Thank you. I hope that answered your question adequately, Jim. Yes, sir.
Hi, my name's Cliff, and I'm 10 feet tall. Crazy.
Look at you, Cliff. Look at your adorable head.
Yeah. My head is adorable.
It's adorable.
This is actually the second time I've talked to you. First time was at Nerd Melt when I did your open mic there.
Oh yeah, the Sunday night, the Matt Myra's Day Off show.
Yeah, and it was awesome. And I just wanted to say thank you for inspiring me to do stand-up. I can't do it professionally right now, but I do it as much as I can at open mics. And just you're talking about how stand-up is something that needs to be done, and people should just go out and do it. You know.
Yeah, and not just stand-up, but like anything. Guys, there's literally no excuse for you to not pursue things that you love now. The technology is available. If you want to write comics, if you want to make videos, if you want to do stand-up, and people say, how do I start that? It's like, you just start it, like, you know, with whatever spare time you have. But you are living half a life if you do not pursue the things that you love. So I'm happy to hear that, Cliff. And hopefully we'll see you around Nerd Melt again. You delightful son of a bitch, get out of here. Yes, what is your name?
My name's Danny, and a huge fan of the podcast. After episodes like the CM Punk, Jericho, and Chris Cluey episode,
Yes.
I was wondering if you'd ever expand to like nerds who are nerds about sports.
I resisted that for a long time because you have to understand, the idea of sports to me was so traumatic as a kid. Like, I was, I did everything. I didn't. The only thing I did kind of in the physical universe was bowling. But everything else for me, because my dad owned a bowling center, but everything else for me was like, D&D and chess club and the computer lab. And so I was afraid, like, I hated the people who played sports. A, because I was jealous and couldn't do it, and B, because they were dicks. So, to me, that was my experience. And so, when I started to get older, I was like, screw those jerks. But what I have noticed in the past few years is that there are people who are in our community that are really into sports, or really into fantasy sports, who really follow wrestling, and so I do feel like I'm not servicing everyone the way. Well, that sounds weird. I really feel like I'm not servicing everyone What is the problem? I'm not. What is the problem? And so yes, I do feel like there is a space for like some sort of like a Nerdist sports thing to really help satisfy that. Because the wrestlers have been awesome. We just shot some stuff with CM Punk yesterday for the YouTube channel, and they're really like the wrestlers. You find out a lot of them are just like nerds in the bodies of hulks. Like they just. Jericho, Chris Jericho was really awesome, and Mick Foley was delightful, and CM Punk is brilliant. Like CM Punk's living room, he has a flux capacitor in his living room, and then all of these, like Bela Lugosi paintings, and like just he's really awesome dude. And if he hadn't been on Talking Dead, I would have fooled. And here's the thing. This is something that I hope that the nerds take away is that like nerd on nerd prejudice sucks. Like and I've been guilty of it too, but you just get so protective of your own sphere and you get scared because you don't want other people to encroach on your own thing. But like that's a guy I totally would have been prejudiced against. Like CM Punk is a wrestler, what does he have to say to me? And then when I talked to him, I realized, oh, he's super smart and we love the same things and I was just being an asshole. So, like, let's try to support each other a little bit more, you guys. Let's support and be open-minded, and this is my Oprah moment. You're going home with a car, and you're going home with a car. You're not going home with a car, I just wanted to sound cool for a second. Yes, madam, what is your name and what is your question?
Hi, Chris, I'm Linda. I just want to say I've been watching you on TV since I was like 12 years old.
Oh, I feel ancient. Oh, really? Tell me more.
Since your singled out days.
Yes, oh, singled out.
Yeah, when I had no babysitter and I was watching you, so.
Yes, yes, I feel creepy. Singled Out, the human fluid transfer experiment show, where I had hair drapes, and Jenny McCarthy was making fart noises. I actually liked that show. It was really fun. I didn't like any of the contestants on the show, because again, it goes back to they were all like frat guys and just like dudes, and I do not do well with dudes. Like I don't know how to communicate with dudes. I even said in my stand-up special, like when dudes start trying to bond with me about sports, I just start talking about Quidditch until they go away. Like, I'm like, okay, so you're not interested in the thing that you don't know about either. So when singled out, like when those people come on, there's all these frat guys, and they were, it was so much testosterone, and so I realized season 2 that I could insult them quietly into the microphone. They couldn't hear me on the set. It was a tremendous amount of like evil genius power that I felt. But anyway, thank you. Would you have a question? No, I didn't even. Okay. I just talked about myself for 10 minutes.
Well, my question was, is there any non-nerd, non-geek things you would geek out over, maybe?
It's funny, the whole nerd geek thing, which of course, I get that they've sort of become buzzwords in our culture now, and now we're sort of suspect about the authenticity of the users of those words. When I was growing up, we didn't call those anything. We didn't have the label. And I swear to God, it was not until the movie Revenge of the Nerds where I was like, oh shit, that's what I am. Like I want to be a Triland. I want to build a robot. I want to do that. Then we sort of got the word, but there was no like ironic hipster thing attached to it. It was not a word that was used in a positive way. So I think that's what's kind of exciting now is like we get to take it back, I guess. I don't know, or I do, but a lot of you didn't have to suffer that. But your question is, do I do any not really. No, I don't. I used to play golf sometimes, but then I don't do that anymore. So it really is, work, and then when I have time, I literally just exhausted every quest on Skyrim. I just got through the Dragonborn DLC. It's over. Now I'm running errands and like building houses in Skyrim, which is so dumb. But I just got BioShock Infinite that I'm excited about. And I don't really do anything not in those worlds. Because, like the whole thing for me was when I get older, when I got older, I just wanted to do all the things that I loved doing my whole life as work. I think that's the ultimate goal, is to never have to do stuff you don't want to do. So, there you go. Nice to meet you. Hey, what is happening? Yes, you at the microphone. Sexy steampunk princess.
Oh, thank you. Hi, my name is Dizzy Knight. I'm a writer for Nerd Talk Radio. And actually, I'm not asking a question for me. I'm actually a question on behalf of my friends in England that you helped inspire to create a film on Indiegogo.
Oh, was this,
I have a bad feeling about this.
Oh, was it the Star Wars fan film?
Yep.
Yeah, those guys were awesome.
Yeah, we were waiting for an interview with you. What happened?
I'm a dick.
Oh, by the way,
Yeah.
they're British, not Scottish. Scouse accent.
Did I say that they were Scottish?
Yes, you did.
See, dick, proof for two.
No, but we
Well,
wanted
Scots are technically Brits.
Yeah.
For the record.
Yeah, but we really want to thank you for helping inspire us for them to write a film and helping inspire me because I'm doing my own podcast as well.
Oh, that's awesome. Congratulations.
Yeah.
I know I kicked their stuff over to Lucasfilm, but I don't know, I don't know what happened with it. George doesn't really consult me on anything.
Oh, okay.
But it's nice to meet you, and please tell them, did they make the film? What happened?
They made the film. Right now they're in post-production.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Cool.
so they're giving you a shout out, and they actually tweeted you a promo.
When?
They just tweeted you
Just now?
Just now!
Oh my gosh. Hang on, you guys. So signal the network's true now, there's too many people using it! Well, please tell them I said thank you and good luck with Nerd Talk Radio.
Okay, thank you.
Bye! Yes, sir! Step forth and be heard, the tribunal.
How's it
Guilty!
going? My name is Nomad.
Guilty! Guilty! Guilty!
I just wanted to give you props on your whole Nerdist empire. You're the first podcast that I ever listened to, and ever since then I've had the Indoor Kids, the Nerdist Writers Panel, everything.
Nice. Oh,
so
thank
you
you
guys
very
are
much.
like top notch, for
I
real,
appreciate
man.
that. Thank
Seriously.
you. Thank you.
I wonder if you can settle an argument between my girlfriend Amanda, who's sitting up there, and me. It's
Sure.
about the new Star Trek stuff, right? Okay, so I think that the new Star Trek thing is a separate universe with a separate timeline running parallel to the old timeline. She believes that it's two timelines in the same universe. Which one is right?
You know how when Biff took the DeLorean back and then Doc Brown explained on a very convenient whiteboard, well, this timeline broke off here, this is alternate 1985. Because even the writers were sort of confused about what was going on and they were trying to explain it to us. That's what I envisioned. I just envisioned that. The timeline was broken. There is probably a parallel timeline. But I also think your girlfriend could be right as well. But you're saying you think that they exist at the same time, and she's saying that they don't exist at the same time? Yes, just not her out of the way.
She's saying that that the old timeline is no longer there, which means that Voyager didn't happen, Deep Space Nine is now gone, and everything's wiped out.
Well, according to the J.J. Abrams Star Trek universe, that may be the case. But I think as far as like the Star Trek universe, again, I do not speak on behalf of Star Trek. I'll just start making announcements, guys. I'm in the new Star Trek movie. But I think in the J.J. Abrams universe that may be. So I think you're both right. In the expanded Star Trek universe, then yes, both timelines would be existing simultaneously on top of each other in parallel streams. But I don't. But in the J.J. world, then no.
But I'm more right though, right? So.
Listen, the only thing that I know is that you guys need counseling. I'm not sure that this is it. You guys should really work out very good. Nice to see you. I hope they get help. That was really intense. Hi.
Hi. My name's Jamie, and I wanted to thank you for your inspiration. Through watching your podcast, I started a nerd group in the middle school that I teach at, and we meet during lunch.
That's adorable! What do you guys do?
What do we do?
Yeah.
It's called Nerds in the Middle, and we had a Star Trek versus Star Wars day, and they had a debate, and it was really awesome. We had Harry Potter days, and we played Quidditch outside.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So my question to the whole panel is, when you were 12 and 14 years old, school-appropriate topics, what would you guys want to listen to during a lunchtime group?
Well, when I was 12, I played chess before school, during lunch, and after school. It was, and then we had this bank. I'm totally gonna date myself, but I'm older than a lot of you. We had a bank because the chess room was also the math lab, and so there was a bank of Apple IIe computers. And we used to play text games like Zork. Talk about video games. Talk about, you know what? You have the opportunity, because you have a smart group of kids who is more savvy than our generation was, just because of the technology they grew up with. Start getting them to make videos. Talk about video production. Talk about, get them to be creators as opposed to just consumers. You know what I mean? Sure, get them to talk about stuff they like, but see if you can get them to make things. Make a fan movie, or make a Swedish version of Dark Knight or something with your, I don't know, something, but really
ask them to solve that dilemma about the universe timeline thing.
Get them to solve that. And then have that guy and his girlfriend show up and present both sides. And whatever those kids decide, even if the kids are like, you guys shouldn't be together anymore, whatever it is, let them decide. What were you into when you were a kid, Matt Bennett?
I liked Rugrats most.
Rugrats,
all of the old, all that.
All that,
And let me think. And Jim Carrey movies.
Yeah.
And my favorite was The Truman Show, which was really weird. I've been listening to a lot of Philip Glass when I go to sleep, because it touches this weird place in my brain because he did the score for.
You were 12 years old and you were obsessed with The Truman Show?
Younger.
Oh my God, that's insane.
Yeah, I'm 21.
You're what?
21 years
He's
old.
He's 21, adorable!
I'm a new adult.
You know The Truman Show is right.
I had one of those phobias. That's like a real phobia now.
Yeah.
Where people think that they're on television all the time.
You're freaked out?
It's actually on television.
Shooting you all the time? Go ahead.
What was that?
What's the problem?
What just happened?
There's no WonderCon. This is all the Matt Bennett show.
The walls all just fall down.
This is hundreds of thousands of dollars to cast this room of extras just to come in here and shoot you.
I'm glad you guys made the effort.
You what?
I'm glad you made the effort.
Yes, of course.
Just to
help out. Now you know, so it sort of ruins the experiment once you become aware. It's sort of the Heisenberg principle. You're being observed. We can't measure your directional velocity. Whatever. Wario, yes.
My name is Jennifer.
I'm wearing a Mario t-shirt! Mario Brothers of Plumbing. Call it 718. It's a me! By the way, my mother is Italian. I can make that accent without being racist. What's happening, Wario? You would like a pizza? Oh, don't knock your mustache off of your face. Wario, I never noticed how sexy you are, Wario.
Chris, I think you're going to have to hug her.
Yeah, I will. I'll ask your question, then I'll hug you. I'll leap over this barrier and snap my neck. But someone get it on video so I'll get the view counts. What is your question?
Since today is the season finale for The Walking Dead, I
Yes.
was wondering, what is your guys' predictions on what's going to happen today?
I can't say. I saw the episode last night. So I can't say anything because I actually, normally I watch the day of because there's a few reasons that I've talked about before. Number one, it's a live show, and because I have the comic book universe in my head and the TV show in my head, I don't want to get ahead and then accidentally blurt something out that I cannot take back on live television. So that keeps me from knowing anything too far ahead. I also don't watch earlier in the week because I don't have anyone else to talk about the show with. So, like, I would watch it and then I'd be like, the tail's the one, and I can't. So I savor the day of, and then also, I think we're kind of spoiled as consumers now. We can glut entire seasons of things, and there's something really fun about having a show that week to week, you take the journey, you get to talk about it with people, and kind of enjoy the process of it. And so when I'm on Talking Dead, when I'm speculating about things, I really want to not know what's coming up so that I'm not lying. So anyway, yeah, I saw it last night and it's awesome. Oh my god, serious shit happens. But anyway, it was nice to meet you. You want to come and have a hug? Go. I almost died just now. The thing is, like, I don't know if I would try to play it off. Be like, I'm fine. There's like blood streaming down my face. I'm fine.
Did the mustache tickle?
The what?
Did the mustache tickle?
The mustache did tickle a little bit. Yes,
Hi, my name is Steven, and I'm wondering, are you personally friends with any of the Walking Dead cast members?
As a matter of fact, I am. I got to be pals with Lauren Cohan and Steve Young and Norman Reedus and Laurie Holden. I've gotten to be kind of buds with all of them. I mean, it's weird for me because I'm the guy that does. Okay, do you know what a lamprey is? Okay. The Walking Dead is a giant sperm whale, and I'm this lamprey attached to the other side of it, feeding off its delicious nutrients. And so, part of me feels like I don't want to just show up, if I visit in Atlanta, I want to show up on the set and be like, hey guys, isn't our show great? And I'm like, who are you? Like, I don't want to impose. And so, I do my best to be respectful and know that, like, my show is here to talk about your show, support your show. I don't consider myself one of the inner circle, but they've been so nice and so accepting, and they're all really, really sweet people. So I've kind of gotten to be pals with almost all of them, and they're great. So yes, to answer your question, they're lovely. I sort of pulled the same number with Doctor Who, where I'm like, hey, I'll just hang out until someone talks to me. Yes, what is your question?
I'm Amanda, and I'm graduating from Cal State Long Beach with an illustration degree.
Sweet.
So I was just wondering if there's any plans for illustrators or visual art activities in the Nerdist, like a gallery show or something.
Yes, actually, we do Meltdown. Our Meltdown space was originally an art gallery, and so part of the deal that we have with Meltdown is that we encourage them to, we do art shows there all the time, so any week you go there, there's different art up on the walls that's amazing, really amazing. It's very similar to, some other friends of mine run a thing called Gallery 1988, which has a lot of really great, pop culture shows. And so we kind of, we do some of the same type of stuff at Nerdmelt. So yeah, go there and talk to the theater people, and if you have an idea that you want to pitch like a themed show, then pitch it. Cool, thanks. Yes, madam?
Hi, Chris. My name is Taylor.
Hi, Taylor.
I'm a huge fan of The Talking Dead. I watch it no matter how late it is for me. But
thank you. How late is it for you?
Well, it depends on what time I get
home. It's at like 10 o'clock. Oh, okay.
Oh,
all right.
Sometimes I have to DVR it.
Oh, you have to DVR it.
Yeah.
Right.
Like 1 in the morning, I don't care.
Oh, nice. Well, thank you.
But my question is, you're involved in so many projects. Do you have a favorite?
No, I mean, I don't. The set list. I'm sorry, Paul. You seem to have a really bad cold. What are you allergic to? Something. I don't know if I could Sophie's choice the projects. I do think that for me, I love everything differently. Hosting a show is different, and even hosting a live show is different than hosting a show that's taped. And producing stuff is different, and creating the channel, I do a lot of different things because I like to do a lot of different things. But I honestly think for me, I'm a stand-up at heart, and so comedy is always my, when I go I'm going on the road after tomorrow. I'll be in New York next week, and I'm doing a bunch of dates on the road, and then going to London and doing stand-up, and so for me, it's just doing stand-up is that's the thing that is kind of where my soul is. So was that a satisfactory answer, or did you mean within the Nerdist stuff? In general, I think stand-up's probably my favorite thing, but but not by much. I love everything else that we're able to do. It's just fun to make stuff. It's fun to make stuff with people that you like, about things that you like. So yeah, I really do. I know it sounds schmaltzy, but I really do like all of it. Thank you very much. I'll see you tonight. No matter how late it is. I'm gonna bring Wario.
And we have time for one final question.
One final question. Oh my God, this is pressure. Okay, one question. It's gonna be amazing.
All right.
What is it?
So either I'm older than I assume I am, or I speak for a lot of us when I say that we never thought a long time ago we could sit down at a computer, type something out, and then eventually we could have a TV show or just such a great following. So congratulations to you on all the nerd success.
Thank you.
And on that note, I was wondering what you think the future of this kind of open source journalism might be, what the saturation of the market might end up like. The price of entry has been never has been as easy as it is today. So
that's a very fancy question. Yes, I do think, to sort of distill what I think you're asking, there is a lot of noise out there because everyone's doing everything, and so how do you kind of plant your flag? How do you rise above the noise? The what?
How do you set yourself apart?
I think, I keep mangling this quote that Bill Hicks had, who, if you don't know, Bill Hicks was, in my opinion, like one of the first real alternative comedians. And he would go perform for rednecks and then in his set tell them how dumb they were. Like he was really, he was intense. But he was a great comic, and there was some sort of a version of, he was talking about stand-up, which was, the more solid your point of view is, or the more solid your voice is, the less competition you have. So I think the idea is, you do it, and then you see what's working, see what you like, and then just try to focus and specialize. And then the more your voice, because when I started Nerdist, this is very weird because I don't give a shit about entertainment news, but I actually kind of studied Perez Hilton's site a little bit, mainly because I was like, information is ubiquitous. There's a million entertainment sites. Why is his getting 8 million views a month? And then I realized, oh my God, it's his point of view. That's what's drawing people. And so that's how he was able to rise above the noise. So for you or anyone else who's creating stuff, you have to make stuff that is uniquely you as possible, and then it kind of wipes out the competition. And honestly, content really is king, and it seems like there's a million things out there that people are doing. But again, if you just focus on the quality of your own work and figure out how you fit into everything, then I think you can sort of rise above that. I mean, the internet really has provided this sort of weird artistic meritocracy. You know what I mean? Like good stuff, and then of course shitty stuff bubbles to the top, but also really good stuff bubbles to the top too. So just focus on that, and then and the way that you do that is to keep making stuff that you're super passionate about, and then it doesn't seem like work. Is that somewhat helpful? Okay, good. Well, good luck with that. Thank you so much for coming out to the Nerdist Center. Thank you for coming to Wondercon. Please join me for Troy Conrad, Paul Prevents, and Matt Bennett. I'm Chris Hardwick. YouTube.com/Nerdist. Nerdist Podcast. Chris.com. What? Enjoy your burrito, everyone! That's something to say on the podcast. Thank you so much for sitting through my talking a lot. Bye.